revs.
Love revs.
TurboSmart, of course, engineered to win. TurboSmart.com.au. World-leading manufacturer and performance accessories for forced induction vehicles. TurboSmart engineers, builds and track tests all of the products in-house to make sure that they're continually producing the highest quality blower valves, wastegates, boost controllers, gauges, pressure regs and hoses for both the track and street. TurboSmart.com. And let me tell you, exporting world-class products around the world. They've got offices overseas now as well. And TurboSmart, proudly Australian. And you know what I love about it? I don't want to get all political here, Moz, but I love the aftermarket industry. Born from racing, developed from racing, not a dollar from the government. Talk about, as we killed the Aussie car industry, the aftermarket industry took over and said, hey, stand aside, let us race, we got this. And TurboSmart, what a great company, Australian success story.
Jeff Fear is the man at the wheel of the Hyundai IMAX van. And what a name, he should be in NASCAR, Jeff Fear.
He should be.
He's one of the development drivers for Hyundai and the man behind this van, Jeff Fear. Let's see what sort of speed. What speed did we get yesterday?
150. 150
mile an hour?
150k. 150k for Rob Fear yesterday.
Twin turbo V6 Hyundai motor inside that machine.
Let's throw the challenge out to the rest of the world. If you reckon you've got a faster van, go and just bring it.
Jeff unleashes now. It's a rolling start. Oh, still runs down to warm the tyres up. Smoky burnout time there from Jeff Fear.
It's un-Australian not to do a burnout. So,
not about number either.
Yep, 69 Charlie.
Rolling start. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The first one through the TurboSmart Flying 500 for the 2009 World Time Attack brought to by Yokohama. And the time is coming through now. 137 kilometres an hour for Jeff Fear.
Just so much wheel spin from all the power there, just couldn't get it hooked up. And as we've seen in the past, Moz, it's all about getting all that massive power down in only 500 metres. Here goes Ian. He went yesterday. Listen to the supercharger on board for the big Jeep. Yesterday in the Jeep, he went through for a 202k an hour yesterday.
With a cigar in his mouth.
With a cigar in his mouth.
I kid you not.
Oh, the Jeep Trackhawk SRT screams it through. These things go 11s over the quarter.
197 kilometres an hour. 197. There's Candy Banks out on the start line there as well.
That Candy, g'day Candy.
As we move into now the Honda NSX, driven by Justin Lacey.
Yeah, went 170 yesterday. Beautiful, beautiful car. What does
speed coming through now? TurboSmart Flying 500, 212 kilometres an hour.
Wow, that's
a new Honda NSX.
Wow, that's up 42 k's from yesterday, and there's a few guys out there would love to pick up that much speed from yesterday. Here he goes.
Dennis O'Malley in the Barra-powered Skyline. It's got the Falcon 6-cylinder in it, ladies and gentlemen. And Dennis O'Malley. I guess it's sort of sacrilege, isn't it?
Look at the meat under the back of that thing. Now, look, it's not a happy Barra. Not a happy Barra.
What's Ford stand for again?
Find first on race day.
Fix it on race day.
Found on road dead. Found on Royal Driveway.
So Dennis O'Malley, the Barra there failing. We're not getting 120 kilometres an hour. Now the Golby machine, the wheel standing grocery getter. It's a wild machine.
Yeah, yesterday he went out there and ran 213 kilometres an hour over the 500 mark. It's all about trying to hook it up. Look at it, just goes into hazing. The 4-speed auto on board for the wagon. That's a little bit better. Yes, wow. It runs 880s over the quarter mile, Christian Golby.
This is going to be good. Oh, we just smoke there on the run down.
Roll over
not
for
too
that
much.
thing.
233 kilometres an hour. And a current leader. Golby in the 1JZ powered Corolla KE36 wagon.
And if you think you've got a faster one than that, we just say just bring it.
Apparently it's called the bread delivery van. Okay, now this is the fastest Audi in Australia. The RS3, 9.6 seconds to unprepared track. Smashes barriers every day for lunch, and it runs NOS as well. This time it's driven by Jason Rezzo. 239 kilometres an hour.
Jeez,
our new leader.
They've all picked up speed from yesterday. It was 206 yesterday, 239 there. Not many Audis with parachutes in Australia, but there it is. Here he is, Andrew Hawkins. He went 219 yesterday.
Yes, okay there. That's a standard bottom end in that machine. Sorry, standard crank, I should say. It's a built bottom end. 9,600 RPM it pulls, 800 rear wheel horsepower, and across the line for a speed of, it's going through now,
219 yesterday.
He said it's got the whole TurboSmart catalogue in that thing. Everything TurboSmart does. 234 kilometres an hour.
Yep, all picking up some speed here. Okay, here we go. Enzo Guarini, the Baghdad. 255 yesterday.
1,200 plus horsepower at the wheels. 8-second radial tired car. Cracked a sump yesterday.
Oh, did it really?
It did. It broke a sump. 281 kilometres an hour, ladies and gentlemen.
Folks,
put your hands together.
Folks, my memory's not the best, but I don't think we've ever seen 281 k's an hour over the flying 500 ever.
No, that is definitely this thing here is a
watch
crazy
out.
machine.
Watch out.
It is the
Emmanuel
Delcanakis.
Yes. Didn't run yesterday.
Wow, that shook the building when it went past. What a machine. Exhaust out the side. Wow, 261 kilometres an hour, ladies and gentlemen. The little Jeep that could.
Well, again, if you reckon you've got a faster one than that, then bring it.
That's right.
This is Australia. This is the TurboSmart Flying 500.
First 7-second R35 in Australia. 1,650 horsepower. 184 kilometres an hour at Cootamundra, this one. Across the line we go. The wheel Lance Warren.
Went 279 yesterday, or 272 yesterday, rather.
252 kilometres an hour.
All right, well, he's 22 down from yesterday, but how's the 281 from Baghdad?
That's his crazy. 281 kilometres an hour in a stand. If you like a standing 600-metre run. Back to the start now. We'll take it back to Jeffrey Fear in the Hyundai IMAX van. Little smoky burnout to put a bit of heat in that rear tyres as he lets loose. As we said yesterday, the aerodynamics of a Besser block with a little bit shaved off the top.
Just a little chip off the one side there. So off he goes, the Jeff Fear in the Hyundai IMAX, Hyundai S Performance. He went 137 on that first pull today, 150 yesterday. And as we pull the speed up for this one, a couple of shots in a row.
148, so he's gone quicker, 148 kilometres an hour. Now go back to EJ Todd there, the Royal Purple Solutions communications machine. EJ Todd there, that sounds pretty angry for a big Jeep. Is that track hawk?
Yeah, I think we're supercharged headings in these things. So they go pretty well, I think, straight out of the factory into the 11s over the quarter. He went yesterday 202, today 197, and then this one. 175 kilometres an hour. I think he missed the shift there on that one, so that's why it was a little bit slower. How's that NSX there? Fantastic. 212 on the first pull today, and this time going out there, Justin Lacey from Honda Australia. Just beautiful car.
What's he doing here?
You're just engaging launch control here. There we go. I think that's
it certainly gets up and goes.
That's the funny thing about all these modern supercars, where you have to sit there and engage your launch control, and off he goes, flying through the TurboSmart Flying 500 trap.
So a standing start this time rather than a roller for Justin Lacey.
Yeah, so interesting from a standing start.
206 kilometres an hour from a standing start. That is no slouch. We go back to the Barra-powered machine of Dennis O'Malley. The Falcon 6-cylinder turbo in a Skyline. It's sacrilege, but what do you do?
That'd be so busy under the engine bay, because Barras are a very big engine, so I'd love to see. Geez, he's really trying to hook it up. Rear-wheel drive, obviously manually shifted. Can you get enough fat under the back? Oh, he's got issues again. All right, that's a shame. Absolute shame, because the thing's tough as nails. As we were telling everyone yesterday across the world on our Bosch Motorsport live stream, we were pretty much the first country in the world, other than Japan, to be subjected to the might of the mighty Godzilla, the R32, in the Australian Touring Car Championship. So we're used to the 32s in this country, and the USA still acquainting themselves with them. We've got some tough ones. We're putting all sorts of things in them. And what about this? A 1JZ Toyota 6-cylinder, 2.5 litre from Toowoomba in Queensland. The Golby's parts car, Christian Golby, because he sells tons of TurboSmart gear out of Golby's.
He had the whole TurboSmart catalogue on there as well, no doubt.
Lighten it up here.
Bread delivery wheel standing machine from Toowoomba. Golby put it up on the previous speed. 233 last time.
Yeah, he kind of sort of short shifted it, then gave it a fair old squeeze, and still lit the tyres up. It goes 216 this time, but yeah, 233 this morning, 213 yesterday.
Okay, the quickest Audi in Australia, the RS3. On the NOS, it's got the NOS. Have a little bit of a drink at NOS.
Jeez, it gets out, doesn't it get out?
Not mucking around at all, so at the helm of that one is Jason Rezzo. Across the line, Rezzo. Now, last time he was 239, only 199 this time.
He went early there, getting off the throttle, whether or not the missed a shift or something going on there. When they're that highly strung, you can have an issue creep in, and it looked like it had on that run. We've got that many tough Euro cars finding drag strips around the country now too. Golfs, Audis, it's incredible who's hitting the quarter mile these days.
This thing is telling me the smallest turbo out of all the Skylines, but it's a GTW 38.4. 800 horsepower maxed out. The turbo will not push any more boost. Andrew Hawkins there waiting for the time to come up. 234 last time and 231 this time. So if anything is consistent at the Jet 014 Motive DVD machine.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Can we see 290 here? If he gets this thing all hooked up, this is insane.
Wheel spinning all the way through. Wow. Emmanuel, sorry, that was Enzo Guarinoni. Score to come through now.
255 yesterday, 281 first pull today. The Baghdad.
270 kilometres an hour.
Yeah.
That's right up there with the best of them. But well, it will take it out this year, obviously, and has done in years gone by. But one more chance here for the big Jeep.
Hang on, second place might be a Jeep out of all people.
Oh. Wow, that's angry. What the sort of thing you'd be going around tool rack to pick up?
Parachute and everything. Yes, sir. Let's have a look at the speed on that one, folks.
That was super cool.
Holy dooly.
Manuel Delicacarcas there. 245 kilometres an hour.
Oh, wow.
For a little Jeep that could. Now, that is cool.
All right, now, this guy is in second place so far. Lance Warren went 272 yesterday, 250 first pull today. He's got to go faster than 281.
Quick. It definitely looked quick.
That's Australia's fastest Jeep. This is Australia's fastest R35 street car. He's got Australia's fastest R35 drag car.
291 kilometres an hour. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Wow, that is some awesome speed. Lance Warren in the 1600 horsepower R35 Skyline. It's a whole lot of car, but nearly we're going to see 300 next year.
291.
Yeah,
and as we can see there, our quickest three are all four-wheel drive there, except that the third fastest is a Jeep. For heaven's sake. So 291 from Lance Warren, 281 from Enzio Guarinini, and the Delicacarcas in the Jeep. 261 on the first pull today. So from what I can see there provisionally, they're our fastest three in the TurboSmart Flying 500. Absolutely incredible. 291, 281, 261. A few numbers aligned there. It's incredible to see Delicacarcas come out with that fantastic Jeep. Emmanuel, incredible. You've stunned us. Everyone's jaws dropped in here when the Jeep went through. And just as we got our breath back, Lance Warren creates Flying 500 history. I think the first one over 290 kilometres a lane. Of course, Bosch Motorsport, sponsor of our live stream. We'll hear from him and break and back with more.